Moving into the second game, Garen, what did we see there?
Right, well, the second game, Western Province versus the Blue Bulls, that was the game of the weekend, especially on paper, big north-south derby down at Newlands. And Western Province, again, very, very impressive. You know, they sort of built on the latter stage of Super Rugby where they found their feet, and they look really impressive in this year's Currie Cup. I think, you know, they'll be right there again, perhaps finalists, maybe even overall winners. If you look at the Bulls, they're still struggling. They had a poor Super Rugby campaign, I think, you know, from my point of view, and they sort of unhappiness, unsettledness in Pretoria. There's something going on behind the scenes there. They're just not the same sort of team that we've come to expect in the past seasons. And Western Province, credit to them, you know, they got Geert Smiles, the director of rugby. He's promised to bring back the glory years of Western Province rugby where they sort of ran the ball from everywhere. And they're scoring some really good tries. You know, I think they scored, was it 5 or 6 tries this weekend? Six tries, so, you know, no shortage of 5-pointers for Western Province, and they were convincing winners. You know, they never really looked like losing. The Bulls closed the gap, I think, early in the second half, but then Western Province sort of stepped up the gas and ran away. Fairly easy winners at the end. So another bonus point. They're top of the log. Bulls still looking for their first victory. So good times down in Cape Town at the moment.
Rob, what was your take on the game?
Yeah, well, it was a beautiful, sparkling day at Newlands. I mean, it was quite ironic that the Bulls came down from Pretoria, where, of course, the test match took place, and they're used to playing in beautiful, balmy weather in sort of the Highveld Spring. They come down to Cape Town expecting a mud bath, perhaps, and, of course, they get a beautiful, crystal clear day, which suited Western Province down to the ground, because this new philosophy of theirs is to run the ball a lot. I think they realised that they're, from a scrummaging point of view in the Currie Cup, they're not going to be that powerful. They don't have a monster-sized front row, and they did have some issues again at scrum time. But that was really about the only area where they fell short. So I thought otherwise Province really hit their straps nicely. Siya Kolisi, I thought, was back pretty much to his fiery best, and he dovetailed very well with Nizam Carr. And then in the back line, I mean, it's fantastic watching guys like Siyabelo Senatla and Cheslin Colby turn on the gas. Joan de Jong at outside centre is also playing really well. And the Bulls have major issues. They had a crisis meeting after their last defeat. So what did they do after this one? Did they have another crisis meeting? I think crisis meetings must become quite debilitating after a while.